You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is April 18th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Wednesday. First thing to know is Morgan Stanley and American Express highlight a busy day of earnings. First quarter earnings season continues to gather pace with Wall Street investment bank Morgan Stanley set to be the last major U.S. financial firm to report when it releases results ahead of today's opening bell. Second thing to know today is U.S. stock futures point to a higher open. U.S. stock futures pointed to a higher open as investors looked ahead to a fresh batch of corporate earnings. Third thing to know is Fed releases Beige Book and more speakers are on the docket. The Federal Reserve's latest Beige Book will be the highlight of today's economic calendar. Due out at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern, this report is a summary of economic anecdotes from each of the Fed's 12 districts. It will be closely watched for any subtle change in commentary on inflation following hawkish language seen in the Fed's March meeting minutes. The fourth thing to know today is EIA weekly supply report is in focus. Oil traders looked ahead to fresh weekly data on U.S. commercial crude inventories to gauge the strength of demand in the world's largest oil consumer and how fast output levels will continue to rise. The U.S. Energy Information Administration will release its official weekly oil supplies report at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time amid expectations for a decline of around 0.5 million barrels. And the fifth thing to note today is UK inflation drops to its lowest level in a year. British inflation unexpectedly cooled to a 1-year low in March, according to figures that may raise doubt over bets that the Bank of England will raise interest rates in May. Our second story today is from MarketWatch.com. Bitcoin whales dump $100 million of the digital currency in 24 hours. The price of Bitcoin took a dive Tuesday, falling more than $200 in under 20 minutes, a move that could have been the result of a single seller unloading a sizable amount of the digital currency. The balance of the wallet, and then it lists the key here with a whole bunch of letters and numbers. And the balance of the wallet, whatever it is, an anonymous digital account, which is valued at $1.49 billion, fell by 6,500 Bitcoin Tuesday, with the average sale price being $8,146.70, a total value of just over $50 million, according to BitInfoCharts. The sale comes a day after the third largest wallet, which famously purchased over $400 million in Bitcoin in February, let go of 6,600 Bitcoin at an average price of $8,026. All told, the two whales dumped over $100 million of Bitcoin within 24 hours. As expected, online forums lit up, speculating on what or who was behind the sharp move lower. Our third story today is from CNBC.com. Spring hits the housing market as weekly mortgage applications rise 4.9%. A rise in the thermometer across much of the country last week may have been just the remedy for an ailing mortgage market. Mortgage applications increased 4.9% from the previous week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association's seasonally adjusted weekly reading. Mortgage refinance and purchase applications strengthened, despite the fact that interest rates have been stuck in place for weeks. The average contract interest rate for 30-year fixed-rate mortgages with conforming loan balances, that's $453,100 or less, remained unchanged at 4.66%, with points unchanged at 0.46, including the origination fee, for 80% loan-to-value ratio loans. Rates were roughly flat compared to last week, as the downward pressure of geopolitical uncertainty offset the upward pressure of the higher inflation and Fed minutes that signaled greater certainty of rate hikes this year, said Joel Kahn, an MBA economist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, April 18th, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com. The premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.